So at the time, I had 3 small children that I had back to back. It was like, I had a baby. 2 months later, I was pregnant. So I was very overwhelmed, and I was like in the mentality of like, okay, I already did this 3 times. I'm not going to do this again. And then I took a pregnancy test because I wasn't feeling good. And it was positive, and I couldn't believe it was happening again. At this moment in my life, me and my husband had just started doing full-time ministry on the road, basically living by faith. So it was really hard. Abortion would never have crossed my mind ever. So it wasn't until like 2 weeks or 3 weeks after I took my pregnancy test that I started getting these thoughts. I tried to convince myself that taking an abortion pill was almost as if I was just having a natural miscarriage. So I just went ahead and I called and I said, can I do this? And can I go in right now? Or because I'm going to change my mind if I don't do this today. And they said, yeah, come on in. So I did. They gave me the first pill to drink, and they gave me a second pill to drink the next day. And then it wasn't until that night that something just hit me. It just hit me hard, and I started crying, and I couldn't believe what I did. It was like 11 o'clock at night, and the hospital was like 35 minutes away, and I told my husband, I was like crying my eyes out. I was like, I need to go to the hospital. Can you trust me? And he was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? I was like, I can't tell you, but you need to trust me. And so I took off. So they basically told me, we don't know anything about this pill. We don't know what to tell you. They basically just sent me away. But on my way home, I saw a big billboard that said 1-800 something reversal abortion pill. I don't know what it said, but I had never seen this billboard ever. I mean, this is the country in Chowchilla. But I remember I called them right away, and there was a 24-hour hotline, and they were like, oh, we don't have anybody in right now, but we'll give you a call first thing in the morning. They connected me to Pregnancy Care Center in Fresno. I remember texting them and saying, hey, like, I'm in traffic. I'm so sorry. I'm on my way. And they were just like, oh, no worries. Like, we're here. We're waiting for you. And I just felt like so relieved. So when I went in, they couldn't guarantee me that everything was going to be okay with the baby, because there was a lot of different factors that had to do with, the outcome of it. But they said that they would start giving me the progesterone weekly, along with an ultrasound, to make sure that everything was looking good. And then after about 2 weeks and, 2 ultrasounds confirming that he was okay, we started getting more helpful about the outcome of the pregnancy. The staff at Pregnancy Care Center was amazing to me. I mean, it was the first people that I could open up to about what I did. And instantly I just fell in love with my advocate and my nurse, because they were so loving with me and so kind and reassuring me everything was going to be okay. And they would pray with me, and it was just really nice. Basically, at this point, I was telling my husband that I was receiving progesterone because my body wasn't producing it. I wasn't ready yet to tell him the truth about what I did, just because I still couldn't believe I did it, and I was really ashamed. And it wasn't until a week after David was born that I was able to tell him the truth about everything. I just looked at him and I was expecting a yell, something, hurtful words, anything. And all that came out of him was, thanks for telling me. And he went to bed. A few days after my husband started talking to me again, my advocate emailed me actually, and she asked me if I wanted to share my story at their tea time. And I was very excited about that, because I was like, well, this is the perfect opportunity to share my story. This is the whole reason why I told my husband the truth. I just feel like there's always so much shame when it comes to Christians, having a setback or falling or anything. There's always so much shame, and you can't really share that with people. But if there's such a great testimony behind it, there's really no reason why you should hide it, from anyone. If God worked through that and he made a great testimony out of it. So this is David. He's almost 6 months old now, and he's very playful. He loves to smile, and he loves to watch his siblings play. I know every moment that I look at him, any chance I get to look at his smile, sometimes my mind wants to go back into like, wow, I could have possibly not had this, you know, I wouldn't have even known what I'm missing out on. Which it is the situation with anybody that decides to go through with an abortion. They don't know what they're gonna miss out on. You know, the sweet smiles, the giggles, everything. It's just nice to know that God made a way for me to still have this, you know, and not regret things and like, oh, how would it have been? But I actually get to see him and hold him, and he gets to be in my life, and he really just brought my family together, and it's been amazing to have him.